What I can tell you is that the city that I'm from, there are very few beautiful girls. Kryvyi Rih. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's very difficult to find a beautiful girl there.
But here it's good.
It's like my friend said, once they grow up tits, they just move to Kiev. And every time I come here, I would be absolutely fascinated. They would be naturally beautiful, and they would actually dress much better than in my city. So I think Kiev is the place to be. There's much more freedom here than in a European country. In Berlin, I wouldn't want to live in Berlin or in London. You're just not free there. It's expensive. And the reason why Ukrainian girls like foreigners is because of the history of Soviet Union. Everything connected to foreign things, people, everything, like a different breed. Yes, they think it's like a completely different species. When I was traveling to Britain, I was in an airport and we were driving a bus towards the plane. There's a girl sitting next to me. I never saw her before. She never saw me before. We never talked before. And she just looks at me and tells me a story. Imagine this. I'm going to Britain and I'm going to get married to a British dude. I'm so happy. I can't express to you how happy I am. She had to tell me this story.
Of course.
Had to share this story.
Yeah.
Just because it was flowing out of her. Yeah. She couldn't hold it back.
Maybe just that some of the girls wanna move to another country.
A lot of girls want to. People think that Ukraine is a bad country compared to Europe, compared to US. Why all the immigrants come, not immigrants, refugees? Listen actually to interviews, what they say. They say that, we are being told Europe, Germany is such a place where everything is clean, the air is better, the water is better, everything is better, there is so much money, and you don't need to do anything, and you will get money, and the job is better. People who actually have money sell everything and go to Germany because of this delusion. I'm gonna tell you my experience of being a foreigner in Britain. I felt like I'm a second class. Yes. When I tried to approach girls there, I was a child back then. So I was like, I didn't know what I was doing.
So you didn't have confidence, I think.
At all, complete. But I still had, I wasn't nobody. I felt this attitude like I'm a second class person. In Britain, you wouldn't be so successful with girls. But here, girls have this delusion that everything abroad is much better. I would go to the club, 50, where we met each other, with my foreign friends. And it's like, when you approach a girl, she would be like, so hostile, it's insane. Not always, but usually. She's very hostile. Then I would just introduce my foreigner friend, and they would be like, completely different person. They would start flirting, they would start talking. It's like a novelty which everybody is attracted to. So just be confident. You have an advantage. Don't think this. Everybody I talk who is a foreigner, they would say like, this language barrier, this is so sad. I don't know language and everything. Just be confident. I saw girls who speak Chinese. Ukrainian girls who speak Chinese.
Yeah.
If you look, you can find them.
Even I know someone that speaks Chinese where here.
I actually know. I think it's an objective reality that right now the best place to live in the world is Kiev.
It's Kiev. Yeah.
Yes. It's the last place where you can be free. We have COVID. Everything is locked down.
Yeah.
But we can still go to a club.
Yeah.
That's freedom.
And the restaurant.
That's freedom. Yeah. That's how freedom is defined.
So because in my channel, most of them maybe just wanted to know the Ukrainian girls. Maybe you can just talking about Ukrainian girls, maybe something differently for foreigner girls. If you compare the foreigner girls, what do you think about maybe Ukrainian girls have some shortcomings?
They will not speak as good English as you think.
Of course.
That's the biggest. It's a big disadvantage. After the beauty fades, everybody has a shortcoming. That's correct, because all people are different. So, but if you take an average girl, I think it will be better than an average European girl, an average American girl. Like in a modern world, everything we do is so connected.
So no shortcomings.
I mean, I'm struggling to find one. Girls in Ukraine expect you to prepare everything. So that might be a disadvantage for many. From what I heard, that might be a disadvantage. You have to decide on everything. You decide where we go. You decide how you get there. But other than that, they're feminine. They are much more feminine than European and American girls. And when a girl is feminine, she will be more agreeable than a male, which is good because we like agreeable people. We want to be the one that makes decisions. Men like to be independent and leading, and men like when woman is the one that follows. Yes, exactly. It's not a disadvantage.
But in the Western countries, the couple living together and 50-50 go Dutch.
Ukrainian girls
They don't
are
want.
not like that.
They don't want, yeah.
Maybe if you look hard enough, you maybe find a lot of men share that girls like money. Girls always ask things, and I always see, you can always see girls in Ukraine very pampered. They would just act like the world is at their knees. Because there are a lot of men in Ukraine who would actually do whatever their girl wants. That's not how you are expected. If you're both broke, but you love each other, you can negotiate and you can just not do a large wedding. The wedding that I attended was arranged by parents and paid by parents. That's what they do in Ukraine.
Okay.
At least in the western Ukraine. You can even spend negative money. Because my sister...
give you money.
Yes, as parents take care of their kids in Ukraine. A lot.
Okay.
Yes, much more than in European and American countries. Girls only seek love. And if she truly loves you, she can overlook a lot of things, especially things which are connected to money. This is the biggest delusion in the modern world. Everybody wants to feel love.
Yeah.
Girls want to feel love, men wants to feel love. When you see an absolutely gorgeous girl, this feeling that you get, when you get stunned, when you can't speak, rising, this feeling inside of you, this is priceless. Girls can feel that too, and that's what they are chasing. And in order for a man to give that experience to a girl, he doesn't need to spend money.
So love is important.
Yes, it's a good thing that girls here are not expecting to be equal in relationship. They don't expect to be equal in terms of economy, in terms of money, in terms of who pays for what, in terms of...
Yeah.
Here's why we actually need girls. We need girls to become better men. Girls are looking for a man all the time until she finds a man that forces her to become a better girl.
So another question. The village girl and the city girl different.
You asked me that question when we were at 50 Club.
Yeah.
Well, that's my opinion. A village girl, if the girl lives in a village, there is a reason why she lives in a village. There is a reason why I don't live in
They just
Kriviri.
pass there.
No. If you see a girl working in a park, there's a reason why she's working in a park. High quality girls don't work in a park. There's a reason why they're there. It's because they belong there. She will not stay in a village. She will move to a different city. It's something that they can't control. They have to move. Girls move much more often than men. Because men can just live in their little cave and do their stupid project, even in a village. But girls, they need to move. They need to show themselves to the world. Something inside them forces them. That's why so many girls in Ukraine want to move abroad.
So I know you never found a girl from in village.
Me, definitely not. Come to Ukraine. I mean, I work with British people, and I constantly tell them,
tell everyone, come here.
come to Ukraine, yes, move to Ukraine.
You're the big seller of Ukraine. Another Ukraine guys will hate you.
There's enough for everybody. And if you can't compete with foreigners, there's something wrong with you. First, you only competed with people on your street. Now you compete with the world.
Yeah.
There is no hiding it. You can't get away from it. So you better change. You better adapt. Every time you feel like you're cornered, every time you feel like the world is against you, cherish that feeling. Because this is what makes you stronger.
But someone maybe abandon themselves.
Those are weak people. But what I'm trying to say is that in those situations, you have to tell yourself that this is what I deserve. it sounds harsh. You have to convince yourself that when you do that, this is what happens. You feel powerful. If you deserve the situation, that means you can change it. You will get out of that corner you're in. You will become a better person, step by step, slowly but surely. This is the faith that everybody is talking about. The faith. This is where it all boils down to. When you feel down, you just have to suck it up.